to London. As more than 30 MPs, be they SNP, Green, or any of the Yes Movement parties, we will give them the mandate to declare independence on our behalf. Now, we are competing as a whole load of grassroots movements for each other's audience. We have to come together, organise and coordinate our actions of our movements together under one umbrella. We can impact the whole country on the same day in the same week if we organise ourselves. So, someone has to put their head above the parapet, and that comes down to me. I'm willing to put my head above the parapet, and I'm looking for teams from all over our land, all over Yes Scotland, who've just disbanded 3 weeks ago. So essentially, that is us. We are ready made. I'm looking for as many members of as many groups to come sit down with me, get organised, and work with the parties for this election in May. Because the political parties have the expertise to run a political campaign, but we, as a grassroots movement, have the expertise to run the grassroots side of that campaign. So, there is only one question I can ask. Are you with me? So if you're serious about this, my name is Councillor Pat Lee from South Lanarkshire Council. Email me, Facebook me, let's get together and win this election coming up and throw the Labourites out! No more Labour! No more Labour! No more Labour!
President for Pat Lee! Brothers and sisters, one more speaker and then we're going to have Dorica Bell. I'm going to introduce our next speaker who is in a unique position to know just how corrupt the British establishment is. Many of you will have listened to his speeches online. Many of you may even have read his book about Uzbekistan when he was an ambassador in Uzbekistan for the British government. Please give some peace to Craig Murray, former ambassador to Uzbekistan.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. It's fantastic to be following Pat. What a speech. You know, we had Jim Murphy and Dougie Alexander saying that nationalists are all violent and intimidating, whereas actually we're sitting down to Pat talking about medieval history of Noam Chomsky. We haven't lost. We have not lost. We are still here and we are still fighting for independence. And we have built, with 1.6 million people, the biggest social movement in Scottish history, and it is going forward. About 2 weeks before the vote, the Financial Times published that for the first time ever in the United Kingdom, there were now 100 billionaires. And the Financial Times seem to be proud of that. It is a disgrace but there are 100 billionaires in a country where we have food banks because children are going hungry. We are here because we want to create a country which has no hungry children and no billionaires. And the reaction to the referendum result has been for politics at the Westminster level to move still further to the right. We have seen UKIP make advances in the last few days. And when you see UKIP campaign on the ground, their strategy, their entire propaganda is purely based on racism. And it is appalling that they are getting elected in England in by-elections. And the response to that at Westminster has been to say that anybody should move further to the right and offer the same ground. We've got the Labour Party saying they are going to be tougher on immigration. Everybody's striving to be more racist than the next person. I was in Dundee campaigning, and I was told by an old lady she'd been told, do not vote for independence because the SNP will let all the black people in. And that was the Labour Party who was saying that. We have got to recover the moral ground. We have got to build an ethical country, a country we can be proud of in its tolerance, in its multiculturalism, in its inclusion, in its social provision for those more needy. We have got to change, and I'm not interested anyway, frankly, in a few more powers for the Scottish Parliament. For me, it makes no difference at all if they can change income tax a penny this way and a penny that way, if they're still sending our children to fight and die in illegal wars. That is the point. We have to move towards a future of independence. I just don't have hope. I have certainty that we're going to get there. And next time as we campaign, as a campaign goes forward, we're going for full and true independence. We are saying no to Trident, but we are also saying no to NATO. We are also saying no to the pound sterling, we'll have our own currency. And we are saying no to the Queen, we don't need one. And I tell you this, when the Queen was purring down the telephone to David Cameron, that was not purring, that was not purring. That was the death rattle of the monarchy in Scotland. We are moving forward. We are going to win, and we are going to be a free and independent nation. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Craig Murray. Do you know, Craig made a point there about this whole issue, about the nature of a new Scotland, and whether we would be a Scotland that would be chauvinist, that would be narrow, that would put up more walls to people who want to come and live and work in our country. Brothers and sisters, I'm an immigrant. I'm from Irish stock. I'm from Italian stock. Do you know what? Scotland, in the words of the great novelist William McIlvanney, Scotland is a mongrel nation. A mongrel nation. We don't want independence to build more walls. We want independence to take down the walls. We don't want to shake a fist of fury at new folk who want to come and live in Scotland. We want to offer a hand of friendship. That's what we want to do. Brothers and sisters, please put your hands together for Dora Cabell.
It's absolutely amazing to be here. This first song's called Listen, and it's about having your voice here, basically.
Listen like I've never heard a word before, never had a thought before, like you were not so sure. Listen like I know who I am, I might just know who I am. Smiling with your ear, roses like all I hear is a noise.
To be back in Glasgow, and we see Glasgow as Yes City. Good on you guys. We've come down from Inverness, which I might add also voted yes. We were involved in the campaign up there, and when we were following Hope Over Fear on Twitter and everything, we thought, my God, we want to be part of this. And we're so delighted to be here at this historic event. I mean, I wish you could see you guys from up here. It's just phenomenal. So it's a fantastic day. We're having a ball. Hope you enjoy our set. We actually came down from Inverness last night. We've just brought out a new album, and we were having a wee launch in the studio where we recorded it. to a small audience of about 20 people. So it's absolutely fantastic to be here to I don't know how many thousand, 14,000 people. Absolutely brilliant. Just incidentally, there's a review of our album in the Sunday Herald today, and I would just like to say a massive thank you and congratulations to the Sunday Herald, because it was one of the few. It was actually a beacon of sense in among all the absolute drivel and lies and trash. So good on the Sunday Herald, good on you. So we're going to carry on now with another song called You Got Me.
Scottish. Oh. Oh, my mate's gonna. Oh, we're gonna.
Song for you. Guys, you all look so absolutely amazing. Would you be up for us taking a wee photo of you if you just got a wee minute? Yeah. Well, we want to go back to Inverness, report back, and you know what? The same thing is going to be happening in Inverness. We haven't given up, and incidentally, our next song is called "Don't Give Up." But what we need you to do for this photo is all shout yes! Wave those flags. Let's see you. Big smile. Woo! Fantastic. Oh, amazing. Totally amazing.
Beautiful.
Thank you guys, absolutely amazing. We'll get that one on Twitter and Facebook and everything. Just to say again, we're called Dorica Bell. If you like our music, you'll find us on Facebook, our website, Twitter and everything. So, and we've also got CDs, which are for sale up the back if anyone fancies one. Keep up the good work, Glasgow, you're absolutely amazing. So we're going to finish up with Don't Give Up.
Give them
Fantastic. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Let's hear it for Donna Cabell! Brilliant. Folks, I just need to check. Is everybody having a good time? Because we're having a great time up here, I just want to make sure you're having a great time back there. I apologise if some of the running times have not stuck to the timetable that was issued. I apologise. We're trying to catch up. We're hopefully going to have a reasonably quick changeover, and our next artiste is going to be a young solo artist called Isis Farrell. But before we do that, can I ask us all collectively to turn round and wave to our friend on the monument? Solidarity, brother. Please be careful, don't fall. But you look great. Freedom for Scotland. Apparently, I've been told that the City Council, in their infinite wisdom, have turned their CCTV cameras round and they're only showing a wee corner of the square, and they're saying that there's only 100 of us here today. Don't they know that we've all got phones now? Brothers and sisters, we will not let them hide the truth any longer. This movement is not going away. This movement's getting stronger every day. Folks, can I ask everybody to be very, very careful in relation to the monument? Apparently there's been an accident already. So please be very, very careful. I'm not want to encourage anyone to climb any monuments. We do want to climb mountains, yes. We're going to climb the mountain, we're going to break the British establishment, that's for sure. But in the interest of safety, can I please ask people to be very, very careful? I think we may have already had a broken leg, so I'm sorry about that. But that's why the emergency ambulance is over there, so please be very, very careful. We're here to have fun and fill the square with hope, not to have any accidents. Put your hands together for Isis Farrell!
Hi, I'm going to start by singing Talking About a Revolution. Don't you know that talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper? Don't you know that talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper? Why standing in the welfare line, crying on the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around waiting for a promotion. You know, talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. Poor people gotta line up and get their share. a band that I really, really like. This is Tar Pit by Dinosaur Jr. This is my final song, and I'm going to dedicate it to Tommy Sheridan. It's Working Class Hero. As soon as you're born, they make you feel small.
brothers and sisters, we're going to have some more speakers now. I'm going to ask another councillor to come onto the stage. A councillor who's been outspoken on the quest of independence for many, many years. Let's hear it for Councillor Paddy Hogg.
Folks, are you enjoying yourself today? I heard a rumour, and the rumour was the Yes movement is dead and over. Is it? Folks, I'm delighted to come along here today to let the people who think they run Scotland know that the Yes movement is a movement and we are here to stay. I want to say something about the people who think they won the referendum. They think they won the referendum. We won the argument. We were honest, we were straight. We opened the doors of halls in every town and city in Scotland, and the people of Scotland poured in. We didn't do what the No Camp did. They invited people through emails. They hid and were scared of the people of Scotland. But the young lass there just sang a song, something about a revolution. There is a revolution going on in Scotland, and it's called participating in democracy. With one purpose, to take back full control of the resources of our country. That's our objective. And there's something I want to say to David Cameron. David Cameron said that his lot won the vote, that the settled will of the Scottish people was not for independence. But I would like to tell Mr. David Cameron something. The settled will of the Scottish people is to end austerity. The settled will of the Scottish people is to get rid of nuclear weapons from our country. The settled will of the Scottish people is that we elect the government that we get, and we get Tories out of our country. And the settled will of the Scottish people also is that we have representatives who represent the interests of our people. And that means not the Labour Party. I say that as a member of the Scottish National Party. I left the Labour Party in 1987. Right. Everything here is running a bit late. I'm delighted everyone's enjoying themselves. But if you just look behind you there, you see the monument to British Toryism with Sir Walter Scott. The person who should be on the top of that monument there is Thomas Muir QC. Thomas Muir was the guy that started off the Friends of the People in Scotland and was the first pro-democracy movement. So let us keep this thing going for the next few years until we get the chance to make sure we get Scotland's freedom back. I'm going to finish off with the lines of a song. It's not a Robbie Burns song. Just before I say that, as far as I'm concerned, over the next 2 years, if the vow is not delivered, if the promises that were made are not delivered, as far as I'm concerned, the Scottish Parliament should have the right to pass a bill taking back Scottish sovereignty. If they break the promise, let's spell this out very clearly. If they break that vow and promise, they forfeit the victory that they took. The lines of the song, it's a song called Let Freedom Ring. The wealth of a nation is our people and land. The sea, tide and wind are ours to command. The union is broken and new visions in sight. Let's pull together because right is our might. For the sake of our children, their rights to reclaim. For freedom alone, not glory nor fame. The future is ours, and you dawn to bring. For Caledonia, let freedom ring.
Let's hear it for Paddy Scott. He never mentioned it, but if any of you are ever wanting to learn more about our national bird, Robbie Burns, I could recommend no better book than the book written by our last speaker, Patrick Scott Hogg. He reveals in that book how Burns was a revolutionary, a Democrat, and was for an independent Scotland. Don't ever let the Conservative establishment steal Robbie Burns. He belongs to the people of Scotland. He was one of ours. Brothers and sisters, our next speaker is a disabled citizen, one of those who was at the forefront in Castlemilk fighting for independence. Let's hear it for Castlemilk. Put your hands together for Paul Alfumi.
Hi everybody, this is the first time I've done anything like this and I'm kind of terrified, so just be gentle with me. I was part of Castlemilk for Independence and also Africans for Independence, and my African family who are living here in Aberdeen and Perth were absolutely stunned by the fact that we didn't vote for independence. When I asked my stepmom, she said when they were looking for independence there was fighting, there were people killed, there was bloodshed, and all we had to do was put an X in a wee box, and we didn't do it. In Castlemilk we worked really hard. We were out, we had a table, we were out there every day, we were signing up people to vote and everything, and there were over 400 people and most of them had never voted before. So it was really amazing that all the work that we did there, and we were all buzzing because we felt inside that it was going to be a yes vote. So you can imagine sitting at home watching the results coming in. I was absolutely devastated, and especially when I saw all these no supporters cheering when they were winning. They were cheering to say, "Yay, Scotland is so rubbish, I don't think we can do it on our own." I was devastated. I could not understand that sort of mentality. And so I was absolutely raging. And then afterwards, then you watch these conferences happening, and they're all going down, and Miliband and all the rest of that are name checking and bigging up all these Better Together people who had gone out and sold Scotland for a bogey. And I just was so angry. I'm determined that never again will these people be elected, certainly in Castlemilk where I stay. And I'm going to do whatever I can in Castlemilk to make sure that these people will never ever be elected again. And I want to encourage everybody to do the same. Wherever you live, let's get behind all the yes people that we know that are standing and vote for them so that we can have a strong voice in Scotland. I'm not going to say much more, but I'd just like to tell you that my birthday is the 7th of May, and that means it's election day, and I want you to give me the best birthday present ever to make sure that we get rid of Labour, the Tories and the Lib Dems from Scottish soil.
Let's hear it for Paul Alfumi.